Battle of Gettysburg, fought from July 1st to July 3rd, 1863, stands as one of the most significant and iconic battles in American history. It was a turning point during the American Civil War, a conflict that had been raging for 2 years between the Union States of the North and the Confederate States of the South. This pivotal battle not only marked a major defeat for the Confederate Army but also reshaped the course of the war, leaving an indelible mark on the nation's collective memory. The context leading to the battle. By the summer of 1863, the Confederate Army, under General Robert E. Lee, was riding high on a wave of victories. Lee had led his forces to triumphs at Fredericksburg and Chancellorsville, instilling confidence in his men and inspiring hope among the Southern populace. However, Lee's ultimate goal was more ambitious. He sought to carry the war into Northern Territory, strike a decisive blow against the Union, and potentially force the North to negotiate peace. Such a victory could also sway European powers to recognize the Confederacy as an independent nation. To achieve this, Lee launched his second invasion of the North, moving his army through the Shenandoah Valley into Pennsylvania. The Union Army of the Potomac, led by General George G. Meade, pursued Lee's forces, setting the stage for a confrontation that neither side had fully anticipated, but both would remember forever. The battle unfolds. The small town of Gettysburg in Pennsylvania became the focal point of this epic clash, largely by chance. Confederate troops entered the town in search of supplies, only to encounter Union cavalry. Skirmishes quickly escalated into full-blown combat as reinforcements from both sides arrived. Day 1. The Confederate advantage. On July 1st, the Confederates gained the upper hand. They pushed Union forces back through Gettysburg, forcing them to take up defensive positions on high ground south of the town. The Union troops fortified themselves along a series of hills and ridges, including Cemetery Hill, Culp's Hill, and Little Round Top. These positions would prove critical in the days to come. Day 2. The struggle for the high ground. The second day of the battle saw fierce fighting as Lee sought to dislodge the Union Army from its defensive positions. Confederate attacks focused on the Union flanks, targeting key locations such as Little Round Top, the Wheat Field, and Devil's Denver. The fighting was brutal and chaotic, with soldiers on both sides displaying extraordinary bravery. One of the most famous moments of the battle occurred on Little Round Top, where Colonel Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain and the 20th Maine Regiment held the Union's left flank against repeated Confederate assaults. Running low on ammunition and facing near-certain defeat, Chamberlain ordered a desperate bayonet charge that drove the Confederates back and secured the Union position. This act of heroism became a symbol of the Union's resilience. Day 3. Pickett's charge. The climax of the battle came on July 3rd, with Lee's decision to launch a massive frontal assault on the center of the Union line. Known as Pickett's charge, this attack involved approximately 12,500 Confederate soldiers advancing across an open field under heavy Union artillery and rifle fire. The charge was a disaster. Union forces repelled the attack, inflicting devastating casualties on the Confederates and forcing them to retreat. By the end of the day, Lee realized that his army could not achieve victory at Gettysburg. He ordered a retreat back to Virginia, ending his ambitious Northern campaign. The aftermath and legacy. The Battle of Gettysburg was the bloodiest engagement of the Civil War, with an estimated 51,000 soldiers killed, wounded, or missing. The scale of the carnage stunned the nation and underscored the war's grim reality. For the Confederacy, the defeat marked the beginning of a steady decline. Lee's army would never again mount a major offensive into Union territory. For the Union, Gettysburg was a critical victory that bolstered morale and strengthened the resolve to preserve the nation. President Abraham Lincoln later honored the fallen soldiers in his Gettysburg address, delivered on November 19, 1863, at the dedication of the Soldiers' National Cemetery. In just 272 words, Lincoln eloquently reaffirmed the principles of liberty and equality, casting the war as a test of whether a nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal could endure. A turning point in the war. Gettysburg's significance extends beyond its immediate military and political consequences. The battle represented a turning point in the Civil War, halting the Confederacy's momentum and strengthening the Union's strategic position. It also symbolized the broader struggle for the soul of the nation, a fight to determine whether the United States would remain united and whether the ideals of democracy and freedom would prevail. In the years since, Gettysburg has become a symbol of sacrifice, perseverance, and the enduring quest for a more perfect Union. The battlefield itself has been preserved as a national park, serving as a solemn reminder of the cost of war and the importance of striving for peace and justice. Conclusion. The Battle of Gettysburg was more than just a clash of armies. It was a defining moment in American history. Through the courage and sacrifice of countless individuals, the battle shaped the course of the Civil War and laid the foundation for a stronger, more unified nation. Its legacy continues to resonate, reminding us of the challenges and triumphs that have shaped the United States and the enduring values that bind its people together.